What you want? What you want?
Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today is election day, and last night I went to the movies in theaters and I saw was Crimson Peak. So the director Guillermo Del Toro and stars Tom Hiddleston, which we all know him as Loki from the Thor franchises and Marvel's Avengers. And we have Mia Wag, I can't pronounce her last name. It's so hard to pronounce people's last names, or hard to say them, so I'll just say she's the actress that we know her from Disney/Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. So this movie was a horror/mystery film. Just to be honest, it was very dark and so persuading that how Del Toro just directed this film, and first sequence of the first story starts to get a little bright and boring. But then when we see all the jumping scary scene that comes out of nowhere, I just get so interested what's coming or what's not even gonna come. And so when we see all the ghosts and the makeup and the visual effects that's happening, it just wants me to see more. So this movie is about a young girl named Edith Cushion who lost her mother, and somehow her mother came back as a ghost, and she's been haunting her ever since when she was a little girl. But as she grew up, she became a writer and she fell in love with this wealthy, rich man named Thomas. Then she lives with him along with his sister named Lucy. They live in this big, huge house, but it looks like a castle and it's been there for over a century. Then everything that comes down, there's blood coming down the wall, blood coming up from the floor. There's blood everywhere. And now she sees all these ghosts that just comes down haunting her. Everywhere we see is just all these blood ghosts or everything that comes through. But technically I could barely see the ghost. Everywhere we see it's just that these ghosts are just air. But that's how ghosts are. Every different kind of ghost, and especially with her mother. She was the only ghost that was all in black and almost like a skeletal female bride ghost. But other than that, the visual effects, and they barely use CGI, which was good. So most of the time they always wear of these ghosts are just makeup effects. And that's what I really love, is all these makeup effects that they use on the actors and actresses. The direction what Del Toro did, that he wanted to make it almost a supernatural mystery kind of movie, not a mystery horror film. But in my opinion, it looked like a horror film. But almost what we see with all the supernatural that was happening and the direction that he wanted to take it, he did a good, decent job. I have to give him credit, and especially where he did with the Hellboy franchises 1 and 2. I think they were good too, and I did the review of Hellboy, and I did get a chance to do Hellboy 2, not just yet, but I will soon. And the actors and actresses, Tom Hiddleston, I mean, I always see him play him as a bad guy. I don't know about being him as a good guy. With his direction that he take the character as Thomas, I think he did pretty well. And make him much more a mystery kind of guy. He may be a good guy, but we don't know about his background story. So it's a mystery that we have to figure out of who or what he is, and including with his sister. His sister, Lucy, we could definitely tell by the look on her eyes, she's definitely really bad and much more evil that's inside of her. Mia, the character Edith Cushion, I think she did a good job too, being the good and innocent girl that she's been haunted by this ghost and haunted all these supernatural that was happening to her. That was pretty good, and I think she did a superb job. The first part of the story gets a little bit bored. Well, it actually starts to get bored and doesn't really pick up, but the second part and the third part of the story starts to really pick up with all the suspense and the horror horror genre and the elements you just don't see what's coming. That definitely surprised me though. I'm not going to spoil it, so once again, no spoiler alert. Not going to tell you a thing. So just to rate this film, for Crimson's Peak, I would have to give it a solid 8 out of 10. A good suspense horror supernatural movie, and it was great that Del Toro did it, and like I said, the direction he was like taking it for, and with all the actors and actresses, I think they did a good job too. If they ever really do make a sequel, which I hardly doubt it, it's still a good movie just for itself. I don't think it'll make a sequel. It just belongs as a first movie just for itself. And I definitely love the makeup effects, the visual effects with the ghost that just pops out of nowhere, and all the bloods that just drip down the wall or come out of the floor once again. That was pretty good too. And I cannot wait till when this movie comes on Blu-ray and DVD. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off. His saying is, peace!